Hello, dear learners. I Aarti Rani, Assistant Professor in School of Computer Applications, Babu Banarsi Das University, Lucknow. Today I am going to deliver a lecture in digital governance, the case study, role of ICT in e-governance or digital governance. So basically I will discuss about in this case study what are the importance, what are the roles of ICT in development of e-governance. What kind of facilities, what kind of benefits given by the ICT, because without ICT it is not possible to develop any project. So in this case study I will discuss about the role of ICT in digital governance. So let's start with the topic. Information and communication technology play a key role in development and economic growth of rural India. A large number of rural e-governance applications developed as a pilot project were aimed at offering easy access to citizen services and improvement processing of government to citizen transactions. So in India is a country of village, and to improve and sustain the overall prosperity, growth and development in global competitive regime, National E-Governance Plan seeks to lay the foundation with the various projects starting from the grassroots level and provide impacts for long-term e-governance within the country. So basically information and communication technology is an emerging area as a delivery platform in public service, mostly used by government organization and also by the corporate. ICT projects and applications facilitate redesign of process and convergence in the organization in order to have an effective delivery of IT services for transactional and socio-economic change. A governance structure must be developed with a specific focus to organizational goals. ICT projects are intended to bring transitional and socio-economic change, but they can be successful only when there is a good governance. So, the phenomenal increase of technology development, deployment, and growth has given rise to a new emerging area known as information and communication technology (ICT). In many countries, including India, governments are exploring the potential of ICT to create new dimensions in economic and social progress. For example, the Indian Railway online passenger reservation system, web enabled portals for the Right to Information Act provide information related to various government schemes, legislations, etc., are some examples of ICT applications deployment in public services. So, the pervasive use of technology in ICT projects has resulted in a critical dependency on IT shift with a specific focus on IT governance. Governance refers to leadership and organizational structure and a process that ensure IT sustain itself while extending the organization's strategy and objective. Therefore, IT projects in a public sector have extensive requirement and goals because here IT plays the role of fulfilling economic and political objective. So basically ICT as a facilitator in rural areas to provide service for health care and education, to provide literacy for large number of populations, provide information to farmers to improve their productivity, to provide multimedia services and relevant information at their doorsteps. So most of the best practice in ICT governance are developed to improve transparency and accountability and for the reducing cost. Governance is IT also applies to all types of organizations like a government, corporate and non-governmental organizations. Governance in ICT is essential for efficiency and to organize resource for the next growth of IT development, keeping in view the cost and budgets for ICT projects. The importance and need for governance in ICT is due to the following reasons. The role of IT is pivotal in achieving business or socio-economic objectives, helps the organization to overcome IT risk, create awareness of ICT in public services, reduce cost in service delivery. So information and communication technology play a key role in development and economic growth of rural India. Political, cultural, socio-economic development and behavioral decision today rest on the ability to access, gather, analyze and utilize information and knowledge. ICT is the conduits and transmit information and knowledge to individual to widen their choice for economic and social empowerment. In near future, people will be carrying a handheld computer connected to the web to get the information about the world at their fingertips. Government of India is having an ambitious objective of transforming the citizens government interaction at all levels by the electronic mode by 2020. So basically programs like Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, online income tax, online central excise, unique ID, e-office has accelerated growth of respective areas and contributing to country's economic development. Similarly, at state level, the various rural e-governance projects that have been providing excellent services and saving time and money of peoples as well as of government and contributing their might to the socio-economic of rural India. Basic IT a significant instrument in e-governance and rural development. Appropriate infrastructure design is mandatory for proper functioning. So I want to discuss some points like as designed of citizen-centric services and dependable service delivery mechanisms. Selection of appropriate technologies for rural connectivity and information processing solutions as designed of cost-effective delivery stations to build new services. Demonstration of transparency and efficiency to remove distrust and build confidence among the citizens on functioning of service delivery mechanism. Invite private participation to reduce the burden on the central serving agencies, bring in the expertise, enhance the speed of implementation and offer better value propositions to the citizens. So the term e-governance focus on the use of new ICT by government as applied to the full range of government functions. Thus, e-governance is the application of information and communication technology for delivering government service, exchange of information, communication, transaction, integration, various stand-alone system and services between government and citizen, government and business, as well as back office process and interaction within the entire government framework. So successful ICT application in e-governance giving one-stop solution for rural community is the need of the hour. ICT is crafted to enable the electronic governance through wireless communication. Thus, it is integrally interlinked and knitted. So e-governance service through ICT refers to transactional service that involve local, state or national government. ICT Act is speeding up the flow of information and knowledge between government and citizen and transforming the way in which government and citizen interact. According to the United Nations Development Program, the challenge for the all countries to create and develop a system of governance that promotes support human development. Government in many parts of the world have made huge ICT investment aimed at improving governance process. So the need for improvement computer connectivity up to village level was recognized by the central government in 1998 and drafted a national IT policy recommended the state to create infrastructure to facilitate improved data communication. So India is a country of villages, and to improve or sustain the overall prosperity, growth and development in the global competitive regime, national e-governance plan seeks to lay the foundation with various projects starting from the grassroots level and provide impacts for long-term e-governance within the country. In this direction, the rural e-governance applications implemented in the recent few years have been demonstrating the importance of information and communication technologies in the concerned areas of rural development. Indeed, some of the schemes introduced by rural India have improved the government service immensely. So I want to also discuss the availability of ICT in rural areas. The computer have become more powerful, user friendly and less expensive. The PC revolution has brought them closer to the user to extent that in a number of cases users have designed and developed their own applications. Several computer-based companies are attempting to offer inexpensive hardware and software solutions for rural applications. These organizations developed the computer and wireless connectivity solutions with various components like a software and open source system. It is hoped that large scale production of these systems would bring in appropriate cost effective technology for rural application. Instance like Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, Varna project in Maharashtra, online income tax, online central excise, unique ID, e-office has accelerated growth of respective areas and contributing to country's economic development. Similarly, at a state level, the various rural e-governance projects such as Setu project in Maharashtra projects have been providing excellent service and saving time and money of people as well as of the government and are contributing their mite to the socio-economic development of rural India. Being ICT a significant instrument in e-governance and rural development, appropriate infrastructure design is mandatory for proper functioning as follows like a designed a citizen-centric service and dependable service delivery mechanism, selection of appropriate technologies for rural connectivity and information processing solution as designed to cost-effective delivery stations like a kiosk to build new services, demonstration of transparency and efficiency to remove distrust and build confidence among the citizens on functioning of service delivery mechanism, invite private participation to reduce the burden on central servicing agency, bring in the expertise, enhance the speed of implementation and offer better value position to the citizen. So availability of ICT in rural areas, computer have become more powerful, user friendly and less, less expensive. The PC revolution has brought them closer to the user to the extent that in a number of cases users have designed and developed their own applications. Several computer based companies are attempting to offer inexpensive hardware and software solutions for rural applications. These organizations develop the computer and wireless connectivity solution with indigenous components, software, and open source system. So it is hoped that large scale production of these systems would bring in appropriate cost effective technologies for rural applications. Basically, typically, if we are talking about the typical ICT infrastructure for rural application, the rural ICT solutions are normally offered through internet portal hosted on a delivery web server to provide access to the citizens through an inexpensive internet medium. The information flow between the delivery server and the other department is accomplished through intranet LAN connectivity with server of those departments. Now the public-private participation. Almost all rural e-government project campaigns have found it convenient to involve different private agencies for different tasks through appropriate public-private partnership contractual arrangement. These tasks include design and development of application software, population of data, and the content in the regional language, procurement and installation of networking and computer system. Such arrangement seems to have helped in reducing the burden on the government, brought in the expertise, enhanced the speed of implementation and offered better value proposition to the citizen. The basic challenges that users of ICT for rural development faces are illiteracy among the vast multitude of people, major power cuts affecting the countryside ranging from 5 to 12 hours every day, even through uninterrupted power supply system are used, yet they prove insufficient to cope up with the power breakdowns. Financing difficulties encountered by the local grassroots level institutions as well as by the state governments. Drastic steps are in need to inject funds for the development of the ICT in rural areas, increasingly by the participation of the private sector. Acute shortage of project leaders and guides who could ensure implementation of ICT at the grassroots levels. Unfortunately, most professionals want to work in the urban areas where there are ample opportunities available to them for growth as well as prosperity. Now, the social awareness. A large number of people at various levels have to be trained on the changed environment with ICT applications to meet the citizens' expectations in rural areas. To start with, it is important to identify and prepare project campaigns. Functionaries attempting to design e-government applications must have adequate experience and training to design, implement, and manage ICT applications. They must be able to coordinate with the number of agencies dealing with the technology and citizen services. It is unlikely that the existing functionaries have exposure and adequate knowledge on all these aspects. All the functionaries of the government department need to undergo training on behavior issues involving themselves, citizens, and private agencies. It is important that they are trained to accept the changed, transparent environment facilitated through ICT based processing, minimizing the paper transactions, and reducing the cycle time. So, these factors are very important factors which are considered under the ICT. So, in the term e-governance focus on the use of new ICT by government as applied the full range of government functions. Thus, e-governance is the applications of information and communication technology for delivering government services, exchange of information, communication, transactions, integrations, various standalone systems, and services between the government and citizens. So, e-governance services through ICT refers to transactional service that involve local, state and national government. So, in India, e-governance application in the recent past have demonstrated their positive impact in minimizing the processing cost, increase transparency and support economic development by income generating ventures, increase in agricultural production and improvement in health and education sectors, all of which promote the overall quality of life of rural people. ICT contribute in providing the transactional services for the rural people with the benefit of time and cost saving in obtaining the public services and efficiency and effectiveness, and it's also examine changes in agricultural productivity are pivotal in ICT. So the rural ICT applications attempts to offer the service of central agencies like district administration, corporative union, state and central government and department to the citizens at their village doorsteps. These applications utilize the ICT in offering improved and affordable connectivity and processing solutions. So these technology, basically several government citizen e-government pilot projects have attempted to adopt these technologies to improve the reach, enhance the base, minimize the processing cost, increase transparency and reduce the cycle time to half. A large number of rural e-government applications developed as a pilot project were aimed at offering easy access to citizen services and improved processing of government to citizen transactions. So the idea that the primary and the sheer object of ICT in e-governance and rural development is individuals' motivation to collective mobilization for an integrated rural development. So basically ICT is the most important for developing in e-governance. As usual, if we are talking about the ICT, we have to we have to also discuss on the main aspect or main factor, that is NIC-NET, National Informatics Center. That is a constituent unit under the then Department of Electronics, Government of India, providing informatic services to government department and bodies since 1977, is the pioneer institution for e-governance in India. It has played a great role in creating informatic awareness in government. NIC-NET, the nationwide satellite-based network of NIC, was established in 1985 or 86 for easy access of information for state and central government across the nation, ensuring reliable, timely and accurate information for optimal use of resources. So basically all functionaries of the government department need to undergo training on behavioral issues involving themselves, citizens and private agencies. It is important that they are trained to accept the change, transparent environment facilitate through ICT based processing, minimizing the paper transaction and reducing the life cycle time. A large number of rural e-government applications developed as a pilot project were aimed at offering easy access to citizen services and improved processing of government to citizen transactions. The idea that the primary and the sheer object of ICT in e-governance and rural development is the individual's motivation to collective mobilization for an integrated rural development. And I want to also discuss some projects that under development of developed, and many more projects are in the process of developing. So I want to discuss about the e-governance initiative India. I want to discuss some the name of the projects that are used and providing all the services to the citizens. So the government would implement a comprehensive program to accelerate e-governance at all levels of the government to improve efficiency, transparency, accountability at the government citizen interface. So India has been the benefits provided by the information and communication technology, that is the full form of ICT, to provide integrated governance, reach the citizen faster, provide sufficient services and citizen empowerment through access to information. So it is clear about the how ICT is most important in sense of providing information in a simpler, easiest and fast manner to the citizens. The aim is to redefine the governance in ICT as the provide smart governance. Several significant initiatives have been taken at the central and the state level in direction. So at the central level, the government has extensively promoted the use of IT in managing its internal process and has drawn up a minimum agenda of e-governance. Further, ministries, departments have provision of 2 to 3% of their annual budget to the spend on IT related activities. The government has enacted IT Act 2000, which provide legal status to the information and transactions carried on the net. So several state governments have also taken various innovative steps to promote e-governance and have drawn up a roadmap for IT implementation and the delivery of services to the citizens online. The applications that have been implemented are targeted towards providing G2B, G2C, B2C services with emphasis on the use of local language. The prominent sites where information can be accessed have been indicated at annexure. So I want to discuss some projects implemented, like a first project Bhumi. The Department of Revenue in Karnataka state has computerized 20 million records of land ownership of 6.7 million farmers in the state. Previously, farmer has to seek out the village accountant to get a copy of record of right, tenancy and crops. Are the document needed for many tasks such as obtaining bank loans. There are delays and harassment. Bribes have to be paid. Today, for a fee of rupees only 15, a printed copy of RTC can be obtained online at computerized land record kiosk in 77 taluk offices. The system works with a software called Bhumi, designed fully in-house by National Informatics Center, Bangalore. The Department of Information Technology, Government of India has embarked upon the major program to rule out land record computerization in several states of the country. So they are also getting the appreciation award like a silver CAPAM award 2002. This project is implemented in Karnataka, and the end user or beneficiaries are the rural people. Now other also important project like a e-seva, launched on 25th of August 2001, electronic seva, that the improvement version of twins project launched in 1999 in the twin cities of Hyderabad and Secunderabad in Andhra Pradesh. There are currently 36 e-seva centers spread across the twin cities of Hyderabad and Secunderabad, and Ranga Reddy district operating from 8 am to 8 pm every day and between 9:30 am and 3:30 pm on holidays. 70 centers in operation at different municipalities covering 13 districts. E-Seva centers offer 118 different services like payment of utility bills, taxes, registration of birth, death, applications, passport, issues of birth certificate, filling of sales tax, trade license, many more services. So the government has rolled out the project to under the parts of the state, including rural areas like a West Godavari district. Another most important project that is called the Friends, that is in Kerala. Fast, reliable, instant, efficient network for the disbursement of the services, the part of the Kerala state IT mission. Friends counters handle 1000 types of payment bills. The payment the citizen can make include utility payment for electricity and water, revenue, and lots of services given under this project. Firewall safeguard data from the manipulation. Another is also a Gyan Doot project was initiated in January 2000. A committed group of civil servants in constitutions with various gram panchayat in Thar district of Madhya Pradesh. So Gyan Doot is a low cost, self-stable and community owned rural intranet system that caters to specific needs of village communities in district. 35 such centers has been established since January 2000 and are managed by rural youth selected and trained from amongst the unemployed educated youth of village. CARD, the computer aided administration of registration department. CARD in Andhra Pradesh is designed to eliminate the affecting the conventional registration system by introducing electronic delivery of the all registration services. So this project also comes under the Andhra Pradesh state, under Andhra Pradesh. So basically CARD is operational at 387 sub registrars office in the entire state of Andhra Pradesh, and other projects like a CAA, Vidya Vahini, Lok Mitra, Setu, a bridge for facilitation between citizen and government, stamps and registration software, Jan Mitra, Web City, Drishti, connection to India village by village, and one project known as a Voice, Vijayawada Online Information Center. Another project name is FAST, Transport Department Automated, and the next name of the project is the Mudra, and the OLTP, Online Transaction Processing Project. This also comes under the Andhra Pradesh. E-Cops, that is also a good project, is e-computerized operations for police services. Mahiti Shakti, these projects come under the Gujarat. So there are lots of projects that they are developed and provide all the information, all the related services that are provided by the government in the sense of online. So all the services if we provide online, it means it is only helped by ICT. Without ICT it is not possible. If anybody wants to provide any information and want to disseminate information. So I hope it is clear about the importance of ICT, how ICT is helpful in various projects, and how ICT is helpful in providing information in the various fields and in various manners and to the various citizens in term of their expectations. It provide the services. So I hope it is